Our country is in a crisis situation, and life has become difficult for many of us. People say staying positive when situations are so adverse is difficult. But indeed, it is when things become difficult that we need to focus on staying positive. I have a question. Have there ever been a time in your life where everything was happening perfectly well, that there was zero difficulties, zero pain? Probably no. But I'm sure that there may have been days or even years that you can say that you were enjoying life a lot. But that does not mean it's zero difficulties, zero troubles. When most of the things that are happening in our life, 80% or 60% of the things are happening in a positive way, we really don't tend to worry about the little bad things that are happening. But bad things, misfortunes, are a part of our life. They will always be there. But sometimes they can be less significant, that we will really not go to worry about them a lot. But sometimes they can become very dominant, taking about 60%, 70%, 80% of our life. But still, that is not 100%. Even in the most difficult times, there is still something good that you can do, something positive that you can think of. There may be something small. We may not always be able to pluck giant, beautiful red roses in our life. Sweet, scented, tiny jasmines are also nice to have. So when the difficult times come, remember that they are natural. They will come, they will go. Don't waste your time worrying and complaining about the difficulties. Focus on whatever the little good things that you can do, and wait for the positive times, the good times that will definitely come.
Yupun Abekon is a Sri Lankan track and field athlete currently residing in Italy who has national records in the men's 100 meters and men's indoor 60 meters. He is a member of the Sri Lankan Army's Electronic and Mechanical Engineering Regiment and represents the Army Sports Club. Yupun Abekon, South Asia's fastest sprinter, set an Asian record in the 150 meters at the Perso Trophy 2022 in Rieti, Italy, in his first international meet of the year. In the men's 100 meters, he is now the fastest Sri Lankan and the fastest athlete in South Asia.
He was able to break a personal record. As a result, at the 2022 Persio Cup in Italy, Sri Lankan Olympic sprinter Yupun Abekon set a new Asian record in the men's 150 meters race, giving him a record start to his 2022 season. Claudio Licciardello, a former Italian Olympic 400 meter sprinter, was Abekon's coach. Yoshidi Kiryu of Japan held the previous Asian record for the men's 150 meters event, recording 15.35 seconds in 2017. However, he won his first race in 15.16 seconds, beating Yoshidi Kiryu's previous record by 2.2 seconds. He came in first and broke the Asian record in the event.
Nipuni Jayasinghe is an undergraduate student in the Faculty of Agriculture at the University of Peradeniya. She is an amazing entrepreneur who has turned COVID-19 pandemic into a blessing and started her own business, J Crafts. From her childhood, she loved to gift handmade cards to her loved ones on their special occasions. She believed that a handmade card could increase the emotional attachment between loved ones. Nipuni turned this practice into reality through J Crafts. Now she has widened her products beyond the handmade greeting cards into polymer clay mugs, scrapbooks, portrait art, and gift boxes. Anyone can easily reach out to her via Facebook and TikTok pages to customize those products as per your thoughts. Perabeats team wishes her all the very best for the future.
සුදු එත්පුවෙක් සුදු නෙළුම හොඳින්ගෙන බැදකුණු නොකලත් සිරියානේ පිරුම් පුරාම කුසට පැමිණි බිලිඳුන් මට රජ පැටියෙක් කිති කවමින් කුස තුල සක්මන් කරනා නුඹ දඟයෙකු වේදැයි නිකමට මෙන් මට සිතේනා පැටියෝ නුඹ දුවක වුණත් මට පුතෙකු නුඹේ හිස පලදන්නේ වෙනසක් නැති එක ආදරයයි 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 සුදු ඇත්පුවෙක් සුදු නෙළුම හොඳින්ගෙන පැදකුණු නොකලත් සිරියානේ පිරුම් පුරාම කුසට පැමිණි බිලිඳුන් මට රජ පැටියෙක් කුස තුල දරුවෙයි මතු පුදුවන පැතුමන්නේ ලේකිරි කර පෙව්වෙයි උදම් අනන්නට රිසිනේ පැටියෝ නුඹ දුවක වුණත් මට පුතෙකු වුණත් මා නුඹට පුදන්නේ සැබෑම දිදුලන ජීවිතයයි ජීවිතයයි ජීවිතයයි
This euphonious voice belongs to Chitari Amelia Fernando, who is third-year law student at the University of Peradeniya. She is an inspirational personality who is interested in law while singing since her childhood. Her family has been the pillar that has supported her through her music career. She always chooses meaningful songs because she wants to convey a message to society and add value to their lives. With her voice, she was able to secure the winnings at all island music competitions also. She was selected for the choir in which they sung at the Holy Mass officiated by His Holiness the Pope. Her achievements weren't limited to her vocals. She was a very talented table player who completed the Batkande exams in the table with flying colors. We heartily congratulate her for her success in both her music and her studies.
The world has two problems interconnected with each other. One is that most of our energy production still produces greenhouse gas emissions and hundreds of millions lack access to energy entirely. Meanwhile, in March 2022, the Faculty of Engineering University of Peradeniya has found a solution for both the aforesaid immense problems. A team of engineering students of the Faculty of Engineering, with the guidance of Professors Janaka Ekanayaka and Lilantha Samaranayaka, have created an electric three-wheeler which does not require fuel. Moreover, this team has been able to design an environmentally friendly electric three-wheeler as a solution to the country's fuel problem, as well as the air pollution.
The unveiling of this enormous invention has taken place on the 23rd of March at the Integrated Water Research Station. Professor Lilantha Samaranayaka, Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Faculty of Engineering, introduced the product to the media. This electric three-wheeler has not yet been introduced to the media commercially. Also, this vehicle is coined the e-wheel. The owner has to pay a certain amount only for its electricity. With the successful completion of this project, Professor Lilantha Samaranayaka said that a private company has now come forward to carry out this project.
Isaac in the University of Peradeniya, the youngest local committee of Isaac in Sri Lanka, has launched one of their signature career guidance programs for the second time following its immense success in the first installment. Prime Minds 2.0 is set out to reach 5,000 plus students across the island, which would include online lectures conducted by renowned personalities like Mr. Mandapa Patabandige, Mrs. Sumudulanka Tilaka, and inter-school challenges exclusively designed to develop leadership skills from within. The event is to conclude with a physical session featuring Chanuk's Bro and Dr. Janaka Vijayakula Surya to be held at the university premises and will be broadcasted to a few rural centers as well. The program majorly targets the A-level students and immediate school leavers. It is expected to continue for 2 weeks starting from the 19th of May 2022 via different platforms including Zoom, Facebook Live and the physical conference in order to grant the best soft skills development opportunities and aid to finding their passion, guidance on how to choose the correct career pathway in the competitive corporate sector and leadership development opportunities for the delegates.
The Leo Club, University of Peradeniya, is a beautiful club dedicated to celebration for a brighter future. Our school is one of the main projects carried out by the Leo Club in collaboration with the Leo Club of Peradeniya. The Leo Club of Ramana College also contributed to phase 2. The reading corner and the first aid unit of Veeranajaka Vidyalaya will build the first phase. And the school playground and the open classroom will build during the second phase. This project was completed by conducting an accident prevention event. Care for All is another project completed in collaboration with other online clubs. This was an air donation program that was made to donate blood cancer patients. This was held on April 22nd at serving cooking and candy with the involvement of 30 care donors. The donated blood was given to the Little Princess Trust organization in the United Kingdom. Around 15 cancer patients will receive this as a result of this endeavor. As a gift of appreciation, each donor received a certificate of appreciation. Nanopulsing is a project of Leo District 306 C1 initiative in which our Leo Club was one of the organized clubs. In the first phase of this project, donated supplies that are necessary for all Yavaraga Vidyalaya students to continue their studies on the 22nd of April, which was in the rural location of Amparo district.
The Rotary Club of the University of Peradeniya is a prestigious organization dedicated to developing and enhancing the leadership qualities and professional development skills of their undergraduates. Despite the challenges faced due to the pandemic, they successfully carried out Camisellam on the 23rd of April at the Marville Mudder Grounds. Camisellam was a collaborative project with the other Rotary clubs in Kandy. Subsequently, on the 7th of May, they successfully conducted Next Step 360, a professional development workshop at the Science Faculty, University of Peradeniya. It is one of the signature projects of the club conducted in the professional development avenue. The ultimate goal of this project was to bring forth powerful, target-oriented, effective and an efficient workforce and skilled scholars to the world from the public university system of Sri Lanka. Mr. Anuruddha Bandara and Mrs. Sumudu Lankatilaka led the workshop, and the participants gained a better understanding of their professional progress.
Growing fruits and vegetables in outer space is not an unfamiliar topic for space enthusiasts. However, proper knowledge and information on this unique matter are scarce. That is why Green Space 22 was launched by said Spera together with Biological of the University of Peradeniya. Green Space 22 was a webinar series consisting of 4 webinars that were conducted in May 2022. It was open to undergraduates as well as school students who are interested in learning more about space agriculture. Passionate experts from both fields held sessions for enthusiastic delegates of Green Space 22. The participants were offered a valuable certificate by the end of the program. Green Space 22 was a much needed project for all the enthusiastic souls who have always been curious about outer space. The organizing committee had planned the programs to be conducted under the guidance and support of ardent experts from Sri Lankan universities and foreign universities. Therefore, the delegates could learn in detail about how plants are grown in these specific atmospheric conditions. In addition, they could also learn about new and upcoming technologies that will be used in space agriculture. These days, space is being explored more and more to the point where living in it might also seem like a possibility. Therefore, exploring and learning about the field of space agriculture is timely and valuable, said Spera, and the Biological of University of Peradeniya recognize the importance of this exciting space exploration sector and conducted Green Space 22.
We are bringing you the new normal as Sri Lanka hit its worst economic crisis since independence. Life is not good, to be honest, with rising fuel prices, gas prices, power cuts, and food prices as well. So people, how do we adapt and how do we improvise? Being panicked is not good at all. Be relaxed. You will ensure this. It is time to start making a budget and financial plan. Instead of throwing cash everywhere, buckle up on your expenses and track exactly how much you have spent, where you have spent, and whether it was essential. It is time to start prioritizing. That new designer Gucci bag, a new Apple 13, do you really need it? Or cannot you live without it? Fancy dinners at restaurants?
Stay at 5-star hotels by the pool? Sorry, but you have to throw them out of the window, at least for a while.
Minimize using your vehicle and get used to walking small distances, cycling or using public transport because you are the one in full queue for the whole day probably, or at the end of the day while you are on the way to your home. You can even use a stove instead of using electric cookers and gas cylinders. Solar panels might be a worthwhile investment to minimize power wastage and reduce electricity bills. At the end of the day, it all transforms into just 3 words: stop and think. Do that and people will survive this crisis because there will be light at the end of the tunnel.